Hi folks, sorry I'm not here today, but my daughter is sick, so I just want to go through 3 quick examples and then get you guys going on your homework today. So going through our quick examples here, take a look at number 1. Notice we are solving for x, that is the whole point of this problem, and as I've told you before, we start out by writing SohCahToa. Some old horse caught another horse, taking oats away. And looking at that, then we can find our reference angle. Remember, we don't want to use the 90-degree angle. We want to use the acute angle they give us. And so using that 64-degree angle, I see that this side is next to that angle. So that's my adjacent side. I'm having some people that are having a hard time deciding which side's adjacent, which side's opposite. Remember that the right angle points to the hypotenuse. Therefore, x must be the opposite side. Okay? Because adjacent means next to, so that's the next to the 64-degree angle. The hypotenuse is always the hypotenuse, and so x must be the opposite side. So that means we are given the adjacent leg, and we are looking for the opposite leg. Well, adjacent and opposite, that is tangent. All right, remember SohCahToa means sine of our angle equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of our angle equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And the tangent of our angle equals opposite over adjacent. And that is the one that we're going to be using right there. So setting up our equation. And this is a part I need you to see. I need you to write this down every time. Some of you are trying to fast track this and get quick to the end. Don't do that. Set it up the same way every single time from the beginning. We are using tangent. So write down tangent. Tangent of what angle? Tangent of 64 degrees. That is going to equal opposite over adjacent. Well, opposite the 64-degree angle is x. The adjacent side is 12. There's my setup. Now I want to make it a proportion by putting the tangent over 1, because now I can cross multiply. So I have x equals 12 times the tangent of 64 degrees. So at this stage, we grab our calculators and we want to type in 12 tangent 64. And we end up getting, I apologize, my phone keeps going off here. It happens to be late right now. But we are getting x is approximately 24.6. Okay, so there's how we do that one. Let's take a look at the next one. By the way, these are not examples on your worksheet. These are just extra examples that I'm working. So don't be trying to look around and find them. Again, I want to start out by writing SohCahToa. And I want to identify my reference angle, which is the acute angle there. So looking at that angle, I see that this is the hypotenuse. This side here is next to the angle, so that's my adjacent. That means x must be my opposite. Okay. Well, I'm given the opposite and the hypotenuse. Well, taking a look here, opposite and hypotenuse, that's from the sine ratio. So the sine of 52 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. Please remember to write that part down. Once you have that, you can then make it a proportion and cross multiply. X times 1 equals 15 times the sine of 52 degrees. And we need to go to our calculator. 15 times the sine of 52 degrees gives me 11.8. And there we go. Let's do one more example. All right, if we had some trouble with a few of those problems on yesterday's homework, you're going to want to pay close attention to this example. So, first things first, SohCahToa. And we have our acute angle here. This side is adjacent to it. This side is the hypotenuse. Therefore, this side must be opposite. Well, we know the adjacent and the hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse are from the cosine. So the cosine of 26 degrees is going to equal adjacent, oops, that's 13, not 12, adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now that I have that proportion set up, I can cross multiply. So I have x times cosine of 26 degrees equals 13 times 1. Now, here's the thing. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Cosine of 26 degrees is a number. It's a big, long decimal. If you plug it into your calculator, you're going to get this big, long decimal for it. So it's just a number. I want to solve for x. And so to do that, I've got to get rid of that number that it's attached to. So I simply divide by the cosine of 26 degrees. That goes away there. And I am left with x, oops, let's get the right color again. X is approximately, and again, go to the calculator, type in 13 divided by cosine 26, and that gives us 14.5. And there we go. So, if you have any questions, again, somebody in the class knows how to do this. Please ask them for help. Those of you who know how to do this, please offer your help. And good luck, folks.